Wind turbines are everywhere. They use the power of the wind to generate electricity, and wind power is renewable. Now, to harness that energy, we take a wind turbine rotor, which collects that kinetic energy, moves it into the generator, which then converts into electricity. And in this experiment, you're going to create your own wind turbine rotor. We're going to use a leaf blower to provide the energy of the wind. The wind tunnel is used to test wind turbine rotors like this one. By providing some kinetic energy, we're then able to produce electricity, which we can measure in volts. To make your own wind turbine rotor, I'm going to show you a couple of steps. We'll begin by making the hub, which is the center part of the rotor that looks like a cone, which takes a few steps. You'll need a PVC cap and a dowel rod. You're going to hammer it in with a ball peen hammer. Make sure you use the flat side of the ball peen hammer. Give it a couple of hits and move on to the sander. Here's where you're going to make that iconic cone shape. Keep sanding until you get the perfect shape. It shouldn't take that long. Once you're satisfied with that shape, you move on to the bandsaw. Careful when cutting it with the bandsaw. Make sure you cut at the neck. Do not cut into the plastic though. If you do this right, you should have no problems at all. And there you have it. And now, we need to drill some holes. To do this, we need to mark where our holes are going to go. I'm choosing a 4-blade. I simply put the cap and by following the template, this block template, I can now mark where I'm going to drill the holes. Four markings should do the trick for a 4-blade. Now don't forget, once you have those 4 markings, you still need the center. At this point, you can use a center punch. Using a center punch allows you to make sure that the drill press and the drill bit does not slide around. It helps you make the perfect marking right where you need to. It helps you make the hole right where you need to. Repeat that several times until you get every single point. Don't forget the center. You're going to need 2 different drill bits now. The first one's a 1/4 inch and the other one's a 3/16. Set up your machine, grab a vise, center your cap, and it's time to drill. Line it up perfectly, and look at that. Drill right where you made the markings, the indentations. You don't need to go all the way through, you just need to go maybe a 1/4 inch. Repeat that as many times as you need to. And in my case, I have 4. Yours might have 3, 5, or 6. So voila, 4 holes. All we gotta do now is drill the center hole. Set up your machine with a smaller drill bit. And now I'm trying to be as careful as possible, trying to line that up perfectly in the center. making sure that I'm able to drill the hole for the top so that it comes out right in the center on the bottom. Alright, so there you have it. One hub with all the holes. Now I'm not attaching these blades right here, and I'm just showing you that you're gonna need to make 4 blades, or 3, 5, or 6, but in order to attach it, we're gonna need to make some pegs. So grab a 1/4 inch dowel rod, a ruler, and a marker. Once you got it, line up your dowel rod, make a mark at a 1 inch and at 1 1/4. You see that? You have to zoom in. Notice how I make a mark at the 1 inch. And then 1 1/4 inch. The reason why I'm marking at a 1 inch is because that's where I'm going to make a slot so that my blade can fit into it. And it's going to look something like this. See that? There's a slot that goes all the way down to the 1 inch with some material left over. Once you're ready, go onto the bandsaw, and you see that right there. Look at that. You're going to go carefully, make your way down to the 1 inch, and then bring cut across at the 1 1/4 inch. Once more, look at that. Down to the 1 inch, real carefully down the middle. And cut across. So you're going to repeat that as many times as the number of blades that you've chosen. There they are, and I made an extra one for practice. And just in case I break one of the little pegs. Now choose a material. Your teacher might give you different types of materials. I have plastic, mat board, and metal there. And I've chosen the mat board, which is sort of like a cardboard. All these materials are really easy to cut. To cut this, I made a template. And all I have to do is trace it. That makes my job a lot easier rather than drawing them every single time from memory or by hand. The template allows me to make sure that each of the blades is the same. Nice and easy there. Oops, I almost ran out of material. So I made that one upside down, which doesn't matter because when you cut them, they all come out the same way. Use some scissors or some shears for whatever material you have. And there you have it. Now ask your teacher if you're not sure what tools you should use to cut your material. There you have your blades. Now I'm attaching them to the pegs. I want to make sure that they're nice and centered. And look at that. Make sure they're not crooked. All that's pretty much left to do is plug in my glue gun, set it up to low heat, apply glue to the front, the back, and again repeat these steps for the number of blades that you have. At this point, you can attach them, and that's it. And look at that. Now you can take your project, attach it to the wind tunnel, which has the generator, test it, make adjustments, and as you make adjustments, your voltage should increase. And there you go.